Now we move on, ladies and gentlemen. Ronaldus Magnus. Some months later, October 27, 1964, Ronald Reagan televised speech in support Barry Goldwater's speech entitled "Time for Choosing."
We have so many people who can't see a fat man standing beside a thin one without coming to the conclusion the fat man got that way by taking advantage of the thin one. So they're going to solve all the problems of human misery through government and government planning. Well, now, if government planning and welfare had the answer, and they've had almost 30 years of it, shouldn't we expect government to read the score to us once in a while? Shouldn't they be telling us about the decline each year in the number of people needing help, the reduction in the need for public housing? But the reverse is true. Each year the need grows greater, the program grows greater.
Right, and a new program is needed to fix what didn't work in the first program. Government breaks it, government fixes it, breaks it, fixes it. Cycle never ends. And here we are 50 years later, and we are still fixing it. It will never work. New York Times, this is September 13th last year, quote, "The number of Americans living below the official poverty line, 46.2 million people, was the highest number in the 52 years the Bureau has been publishing figures on it. The war on poverty was begun 48 years ago. The New York Times says that last year was the highest ever since they've been keeping records in 52 years of the number of Americans living below the poverty line. LBJ's war on poverty made it worse. The New York Times admits it. The evidence is in the war on poverty. Taking from producers, sending to government for redistribution never works. It isn't fair. It doesn't solve anything. It doesn't grow the economy. It doesn't create jobs. It doesn't get people out of poverty. It never has. And for those of you who are new to this program, maybe young and never heard LBJ or heard of him but never heard him speak, this is 1964. 48, 50 years ago, it doesn't work. All this idealism, everything your college professors tell you, it doesn't work. It's demonstrably failed. We're living amid the failure. Here is more from Ronaldus Magnus to the same speech.
We were told 4 years ago that 17 million people went to bed hungry each night. Well, that was probably true. They were all on a diet. But now we're told that 9.3 million families in this country are poverty-stricken on the basis of earning less than $3,000 a year. Welfare spending 10 times greater than it was in the dark depths of the Depression. We're spending $45 billion on welfare. Now do a little arithmetic and you'll find that if we divided the $45 billion up equally among those 9 million poor families, we'd be able to give each family $4,600 a year. And this, added to their present income, should eliminate poverty. Direct aid to the poor, however, is only running about $600 per family. It would seem that someplace there must be some overhead.
Back in the 80s, the administrative cost of a dollar of welfare was 28 cents, meaning that for every dollar of welfare, 72 cents got to the recipient, 28 cents ended up funding government or whatever. It's probably worse now. That's what Reagan was talking about. Unless there's further evidence it doesn't work. It never has worked. One final bite from Reagan.
So now we declare war on poverty. Do they honestly expect us to believe that if we add $1 billion to the $45 billion we're spending, one more program to the 30-odd we have, and remember this new program doesn't replace any, it just duplicates existing programs, do they believe that poverty is suddenly going to disappear by magic? Yet any time you and I question the schemes of the do-gooders, we're denounced as being against their humanitarian goal. They say we're always against things, we're never for anything. Well, the trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant, it's just that they know so much that isn't so.
girls there, but the girls are the very much the young guy. Also, no. The girl of that man, so we walked in the window, but I can not. The next game, you know, the silver, the tags, and sushi of it. Very slow, real odd, you're better. And you know, so very slow, real odd, no talk, here, and me. In the head.
There won't be some red yes, not the need to. You might hurt your lad, did not get stopping in a reload your by wire, but the gate carried. You're about me in the middle of the month, you didn't there, but I said, very easy, I did not get it open my teeth, you'll be you. You might hope you didn't answer a number, you'll see, but your lad made it down, you know, put it out with you, put it out, blue, you get the several of the weekend. If I want your lad made it down, you know, you next shoot. The sheriff did the spec cards and the dog went under here from me, you next straight fly. Three, you the lad and 5 years from the town, you know, for the ship, another good shit of off, or you're not sending it, you might need a near snow beyond the door to wind. I had an hour with worship of Asabella. And she here, not that, but now with these little knees in the best of boy, because they're your floor for you.
Keep me the guns of one number 4 here, you have to Limbaugh. We have still the summer to go to the take us to suffer some after you never to leave out at all. Go to the take like 3 with you, you know. Oh, keep 50 chances to give the girl at the middle. Oh, yeah, she might have her bending on you then. My work to the window, he's a sword with me. Let her bend it. The half of he's taking the zudgy. Smash here, you're the zudgy. Him and I say the wrong. The zudgy. Yes, in the box, the zudgy. Great, the city. Oh, bend. You show the city, we're from about in this. There's a little thing here. You know, half now, oh, the mate, this is the base. This is not what you need. So, get in. You know, half now, oh, here's your boy. Possible of me to pick around the money. You keep it, how we can say that the survey. Say, aha, no, where he sells that. That's me, I'll show you in it. Why, you 3 days, you know, I could go in about an hour. And also, you need to look at that. I read, but you keep it, and the herb must say, aha, no. Well, he's leaving, you still, you know. Now, we're off the ship, and all we need to do is pick around the money. Oh, he sells his from a citizen. Now I'll show you. Oh, what am I doing? Boy, no, you better agree to try your way. There, then, look up. This is just number one. This is number one. We're careful to go through this boat. This is. It is in a boat in the night now.
They're sorting their course, but they're sorting the very she. We're still here with the. You talk about the being in the sky here with. Why, he didn't look for money, and there is she now. He's about it. Then you must get in the. Well, once not so dope, the deed was somebody that stay with the ship, but there you go more that, isn't it? Now you're back. If I wouldn't announce them, I do, I know. Announce them, but everybody was here, sin. And the voice of the box below, box, and over there. And they put the good in case I'll be able to have man, that, and usually sitting outside on the net, and I'll give you that, man. That face face will be seen in my tail.
There's wish for me out, so down to the future, I won't hear it. No, the snake, see how the thing here, what's going on, roll, keep it down, but I see no water. There's no blood. And I'm the one, no, ladies and gentlemen, who you want?